I just think you start off with just a hard, physical game tonight against two teams that I think hang their hat on defense. I think you could tell by that. And I think they just made a few more plays than we made in both halves. I think in the second half, especially Clark, you really felt his presence out there as a senior. I thought he really stepped up and made a lot of big plays for them in the second half. And I think for our guys, it was a heck of a learning experience. Facing a team like Cincy this year, with guys in the backcourt as freshmen and sophomores having to kind of, learn what it's going to take to be competitive and to win games like that in this league. So I think we'll grow from this experience, but give them credit. I thought Cincinnati played a tough game, physical game, and they pulled out the win.
How do you think BJ fared in his first night out?
It was good seeing BJ. I thought out there on the floor. I know he was excited. We were too. He's not where he is, of course, where he's going to be in 2 weeks. I think for him, it's all just gaining the experiences back on the floor, getting his wind back, getting his timing right. But it was good to have him out there. I thought he settled us down a few times when we subbed him in. I would have liked to have kept him out there all game, but you can't do it. He still, is under restriction minute-wise, but I thought he gave some, big contributions in both halves for us.
Is that minute restriction, is that going to go on for a week or two, or just until
it's just what the
further
doctor
notice?
and the trainer will tell me when his minutes are, free-flowing. But he gave us what he had, and I thought he was effective out there, and you could tell his time is a little bit off, but that'll come quick for a player of his caliber.
You mentioned that both teams are defensive-minded. Did you expect though that the first half would end 19-15?
I didn't expect quite that, but both teams do hang their hat on that end of the floor, and I think both teams are trying to build their programs. Well, they've built their program off of that over the last under Mick Cronin, and we're looking to build our program off of something similar to that here. And so I was proud of our guys' effort. In the first half, especially to hold any team to 15 points, you have to be doing something right. And I thought, and for them holding the team 19, you have to be doing something right. So I thought it was good by both teams, and they were a little bit better than us in the second half offensively.
Coach, what types of things? I'm not asking for game plan, obviously, but the second time you play them, what types of things do you want to see from your team?
Well, first thing I want to do is watch the film and kind of assess exactly what happened. The game's just over. My mind's not on exactly the adjustments we're going to make for next game. I'm going to watch tape and study them more and see what we didn't do as well, see areas that we were able to exploit, see things that, we got to improve in. And so that's what I'll do when we start watching film in preparation for them the next time.
What do you say to your team about the extra possessions? Because, you had 18 points off turnovers, and then you guys got 11 offensive rebounds, but so did they.
Well, we knew it was going to be a war on the boards. I think Clark had 15 rebounds. And I don't know how many offensive, but I'm sure it was a number of those. And that gives them the extra possessions. And that's what they feed off of. That's one of their strengths. It's not only, guys that can really score the basketball, but they rebound the basketball as good as any team in the country. And so you had that combination of being able to have scorers out there but can still go get multiple possessions is definitely a strength. I believe that team is averaging right around 80 points a game coming into this game. And they've done that to almost every opponent. We were, I give our guys credit, just in slowing them down enough to give us a chance. And that's what you want to see happen, and you want to grow from that experience and build on it.
How frustrating is the free throw shooting?
It's, free throws are funny, man. I think free throws are they can be contagious. I think when you're hitting them, it seems like everybody gets on a roll and start hitting them. If you're missing some, then no one, seems to get settled in and starts to make them, consistently. So our biggest thing is making sure we get up to the line with confidence and knock them down. These guys are all making free throws in practice at a really good clip. I just think it's a function of these guys being in this position first time through the league. You have to remember, a lot of the guys that are playing in these games, this is the first time they faced Cincinnati. It's the first time they faced UConn. First time they faced all these teams in conference so far. And there's definitely a learning curve with that, and I understand it when you're dealing with younger players. Like I said, when your backcourt's a freshman and sophomore and you rely on a freshman and sophomore coming in off the bench, those guys have a lot to learn. I don't know if you noticed me, I have a seat, but I don't think I even sit down much because you can't, because there's always something going on with young players as they're growing and developing. But I'm excited about it. I see the potential. I saw a lot of good basketball out there buying plays that they'll complete through just experience. And I haven't done that before. I can see where they're just close to making those plays. And we just have to get over the hump and do it.
Johnny, do you notice a difference in how AJ plays when BJ comes back? Because it seemed like maybe there was something a little bit different.
Oh, I think everyone's adjusting with BJ back for sure. I mean, but that's going to be part of our next few weeks as we continue to go through conference play. Is everyone's adjusting to their roles now because now the substitution is going to be different. Guys are used to playing certain roles in a certain amount of time. Now you're implementing it. You're installing another player, and that's going to change. All of a sudden he has the ball in his hands a little more than maybe we had guys with the ball in their hands before, so that's going to change. So it's just a function of getting our chemistry and continuity adjusted with him back. But I don't see it taking long because our guys have played with him quite a bit, and of course AJ's played with him a number of years, so that's going to come naturally over the next couple of weeks as well.
And you want to get BJ fully healthy, and Chance has been out. Are you hoping Chance is getting closer to coming back too?
Yes, we are, and he's getting close. Chance is right around the corner, kind of like where BJ was a little while ago. It's kind of, day to day, but you can see the improvement, and he's moving better, and he's jumping better. So he's close, So we're excited to be able to add him as well. Just adds more depth to what we're doing. We can sustain our energy out there a little bit better. We can have a few more players that can contribute.
Coach, Saturday in Tampa, talk about the challenge of the rivalry game.
It's always going to be tough. We already know it's going to be a hard-fought game. It was last year there. I mean, unbelievable. The atmosphere was great there last year, and we have to prepare that way. And, every game in this league is going to be good. I mean, I watched them play Cincinnati a few nights ago. I mean, our game was a 1 or 2 point game at halftime and down the stretch of that game. So they're very competitive. They have a lot of new players. I think 11 new players on their roster or somewhere around that number. So they're looking at chemistry and continuity as well with new guys adjusting to their roles. But they have some really good talent, guys that are capable of playing well.
How much easier does BJ being back on the floor make it for you and the rest of the players offensively?
Well, him being back on the floor definitely, will, as he continues to get himself in shape and get his timing back, will definitely make it easier offensively for the guys out there on the floor because you have someone that's a proven scorer. He's done this now every year he's been in this conference. So by inserting him into that lineup, inserting him into the game will definitely benefit us there. And for me, it helps me with play calling. I know now, you have a guy where I put him in certain positions on the floor, I kind of know what I'm going to get from him. And so, he's proven that over the years he's been here to be very dependable at scoring the basketball. So, these are things that will happen over time for us this season.
You talk about the team learning with experience. What's the benefit of having this type of really tough, physical, sort of just really hard-nosed game early in the conference season? What's the benefit of having this kind of game early in the conference season with a young team like this?
I think it's great for us. First of all, I thought our atmosphere was amazing. Our crowd was terrific. I think our guys really fed off of that. And it was great to see everybody come out. It was beautiful. And for our team, just, them being able to feed off each other on the floor is important and good for our guys. So, I just think for us, we just have to look at this as a great opportunity to play them. It's our 6th game in conference play, to play Cincinnati, and they've been playing terrific all season long. I think it gives us a good barometer of where we can be, but we have to play for 40 minutes and not for 35 minutes. And that's where we are now. They were able to sustain a certain level for 40 minutes, and we was able to sustain it probably for 33 to 35 minutes. And that was a difference in the ballgame.
The news came out today that Danny Lewis was transferring to Kennesaw State. Is maybe looking for more playing time in his future? Or?
No, absolutely. A great opportunity for Danny. I'm excited for him. We redshirted him, so he didn't use his year. So he has a complete year back too, which is where we're happy for Danny. He's a great young man, love his family, and we're wishing him the best.
Coach, with BJ kind of slowly making his return, you touched on it a little bit, but do you see maybe BJ kind of being able to take this offense to another level? I know you guys are averaging, I think, around 60 points a game right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I anticipate our offensive production, output being better with BJ on the floor. I think he'll, not just because he'll score the ball, but it'll open up, better opportunities for the players around him. He'll have to command some attention. Taco's going to command attention, which means other guys will have opportunities for, probably more open shots, more open opportunities to drive to the basket, things that will help our team.
Last one.
Coach, what did you think of the flow with 2 point guards? Is that something we're going to see throughout the season, or is that part of the transition with BJ coming back and working the chemistry with him?
Well, Terrell's been terrific for us this season, so I think, having BJ come back is great because what is shown is you can play both of them together. You know, at times they'll be in there independent of each other, of course, but then there'll be other times where we'll play them in the backcourt together. I think it's a good combination for us. I think we have both of them out there. I think we're more dynamic. You have two guys that can get into the paint and make plays for themselves and others, and I think that will help our offense, and that will help our, help us, I think immensely as BJ starts to get his timing back and he gets into shape.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thanks a lot,
guys.
Coach.